You're watching Force 13's live streaming service. And this is the first one. Nope, that's Gaston the cat. You've set off the smoke alarms.
Cyclone Banana has explosively deepened over the last 24 hours after finding...
It did surprise me, and yes, we just got cat bombed.
Bear has been very, very nasty this season, and there hasn't really been a very good...
Accomplishments of Man of Grill. We already know what his Man of Grill looks like.
And left sitting in the chair, looking rather bemused. Yeah.
Hey, stop it! God damn it!
Hello, and welcome to the Force 13 garden. Live from Force 13 headquarters. And it takes not Ian, goodness me, Carl. Welcome to another night of Force 13 Sundays. My name is Nathan Foy, and I'm joining you live tonight from South London, where I am just about on the way to embarking onto my Grand Eastern tour, which is on its way in the next couple of weeks. So you won't be seeing very much of me, but I'm happy to be joining you tonight. And as always, on a Force 13 Sunday Spectacular, we have our team with us, quite a few people with us right now. And Ethan is at the controls tonight. Nice to see you, Ethan. And we've also got Christian there, Charlie, Jonesy, Samuel, and 2Art. Hello, welcome to all of you tonight. And our viewers from around the world. Again,
Howdy.
Hello.
Excellent. That was an excellent start to the stream, and I was worried that would go very wrong, and it did not. So I'm glad that went off without a hitch.
Ethan being a lucky charm here, because we know Sundays has a track record of
yes, it
having
does.
full
Yeah, the times when
we all know how that is.
the times when I've hosted have gone without a hitch. Yeah, right.
Okay, Christian.
So I know that people, when my last tropical weather bulletin went out last night, I think on the premiere people were going a bit nuts, thinking that there's not going to be any updates from Force 13 at all until September 22nd. Well, don't worry, it's going to be a little bit better than that. At least I hope so. My team are at hand, and if worse comes to worse, or if there's something really big happening, I should be able to make myself available in a similar way to this right now to talk about the tropics. And of course, we saw Hiquay. I mean, it's been a busy week in the tropics, hasn't it, guys?
Yes, it's been
so
extremely
exhausting. Yeah, so Hiquay made a Category 3 landfall on the eastern coast of Taiwan this morning at about 3:20 Taiwanese time. So this morning for us here in the U.S., afternoon over there in Taiwan, that was at about 7:20 Zulu. And then the agencies went a little late, but based on the first point that I could find, based on the radar data and the microwave data from about an hour later, when you get the radar data in from about an hour later, matches up exactly 12 hours later. We had a second landfall, this time on the west coast of Taiwan from Hiquay. We're only going to have that being as a tropical storm landfall as an ASCAP pass from 18Z, which was about an hour and a half before landfall, only found, once you do undersampling, only support for 60 knots, which is 70 miles per hour. But very interesting that Hiquay, that system.
Does that mean it's literally turned itself around, or what?
Well, it's come off the west coast, and it's in a loop that probably cyclones normally do, and that loop just happened to bring it back on shore again, I guess.
Crikey. You can see behind me right now the moon. There it is. It was rising earlier on. It was really outside my window. Out there. This is where I'm staying over in London right now. We're in South London, Tooting, if anyone knows it. and
Shoot.
we saw quite a lot of interesting sights on our way here. The 413 dog is also staying here. Basically, I'm at a relative's house.
God, I remember him.
The 413 dog is staying here whilst me and my family go away for a little bit here.
Yeah, and you're flying tomorrow out of Gatwick, I believe, is it?
Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday. But you are flying out of Gatwick on EasyJet, right?
That's right. It's going to be a hopefully no fuss flight over to Athens, and well, I don't know. Depends what goes on in the tropics, but you might see a little video or two from me when I'm over there, and then over onto Singapore on what day would that be? I think it's the Thursday. So always open for meet and greets or whatever if anyone is in those areas. We're in Athens, Singapore, Cebu, and in Hong Kong over the next 2.5 weeks. So
All I can say,
look forward to reporting from there.
all I can say is you'll love Singapore. I can't speak for much of the other locations. I've only been, as far as I remember, I've only been to Hong Kong Airport. But yeah, I mean, those places they are quite nice. I mean, Singapore I can definitely vouch for.
And what time is your departure? I'm just looking up the flight info.
Are you spying on me?
With me being
Yeah.
me. Well, I'm mainly wanting to know your aircraft type. It looks like that.
It's A319, I've checked.
Oh, you're on a little thing. Oh God, I've heard those things have some power behind them though. The engines, especially on that little plane.
Are you going to be filming?
Yeah, that might be cool. I've been on an A320, but the A319 is even smaller. So,
I've been
and
on
as a
an
matter of fact, it looks like we're under the flight path for Heathrow right now. There's a plane going off. Very close to
look
us,
at that.
actually.
18Z GFS is coming out right now, so we'll be able to look at the models by the end of this.
And it's a warm night here in London as well. I think the temperature an hour ago was probably still about 20 degrees. Our maximum temperature in the UK today, well, I don't know what it was, but at 413 HQ, it got above 25 degrees Celsius. And we've got a heat wave here in the UK this week.
Hooray!
An end of
Tell me
summer
about
heat
it.
wave, which has coincided just in time for back to school season. So hopefully
yeah.
people are happy with that.
We have a heat wave as well
No.
over here in
Tell me
America
about
going
it.
on right
That's
now.
right, Charlie.
I was just
Yeah.
outside in it for 40 minutes, and right now it is currently 85 degrees here with a heat index of 91, and the humidity is around 65%. So it is not that good outside, and it is going to be even worse tomorrow on Monday.
Well, in American numbers, it
Here.
was 76 at HQ yesterday, and it was 78 today. The September average high is, I believe, it's about 61 or 62 degrees.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
The average high here in September is in the low 80s, high 70s, so we're a fair bit above you. I'm shocked that it's that low.
Well, that's it. I mean, people quite often scoff at when we say there's a heat wave here, but when you compare it to average, it is. It's quite a bit above.
Yeah.
Do you remember do you remember last year's heatwave?
Oh no, don't remind me.
In the last year's heat wave where you guys finally hit 100 degrees, meanwhile we hit 100 degrees probably here yearly.
It's not the first time. We first hit 100 in 2003, but it was the second time. Yeah.
Nathan, what time's your flight?
Why are we doing this? It's the 2:05.
Y'all are nosy. Nosy.
Nathan,
Oh, the app
I'm
crashed.
going to be getting accosted, aren't I,
Nathan.
at the airport?
What? No.
Or there might just be someone going there filming my plane taking off or something.
Well,
Sounds like it.
obviously you're flying beyond Athens. Any wide bodies that you're going to be flying on at all?
So I believe Athens to Singapore is a 787 of some sort.
Fly on
And
Singapore
then-
or Scoot or whatever.
Now,
Singapore to
wait, what?
Cebu, I think, is
That's
either an
787.
A320 or maybe an A350.
What
Um,
airline?
If you get lucky.
But this is interesting because I only found out last week that if you dissect all the Force 13 viewers by city, Cebu City is the 4th highest in the world for Force 13 viewership. So I'm sort of expecting not quite a coach full of Force 13 fans accosting me at the airport with photos and all that kind of stuff, but I sort of expect that I might get noticed once or twice in Cebu.
You might get mobbed.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything wrong with that, though? To be fair.
Oh no! I mean, I look forward to that. You know, I don't fully expect that there's going to be any kind of outreach going on. But if I do, if someone does bump into me in any of these places, I'd be more than happy to spend some time with them. So
we don't buy it. Of course, if you do have any comments or questions, you can send those down in the comment section down below. We have got a few so far. Who will do TWBs while you're away, Nathan? Well, I've got a plan for TWB lights to come back, so I think those are going to start coming back either tomorrow night or the night after. I still have to work on my template for those, but those are coming back. And of course, if we do have a big situation, like let's say 95L goes straight into the Caribbean as a major hurricane, a worst case scenario, we'll of course do live streaming on that, of course.
Yes.
If there's any if there's a live tropical weather bulletin, which is quite possible, I'll be able to assist only a little bit. I won't be able to even, I'm not. I've seen some of our members are able to do loads of things with their phones, but I'm quite simple. I'm just going to stay on my Discord window. I will not be able to look at any track forecasts.
I know who you're looking at whenever you say that they're able to do loads from their phone. I know who you're looking at.
Looking at what?
You're looking at me.
I'm looking at you right now.
So I will say
I'll do a little bit of research beforehand, and then when we go live, I'll just use what I looked at the hour before we went live.
Yeah.
So I will say, the Taiwan Weather Bureau had high quake getting very close to the limit, but I think they kept it offshore. The CMA went with a 64 knot, exactly 33 meter per second secondary landfall, which is 64 knots 10 minute, which rounds up to 65 in 1 minute. That's at 65 knots in 1 minute as well. So they went with bare minimum typhoon landfall there, and Pagasa went with 120 kilometers per hour, which is also 64 knots, round that up to 65 in 10 minute, make that in 1 minute 65 knots, so also a bare minimum typhoon. And the location is at, I'm probably going to butcher this, so I do apologize, Kaohsiung City on the west coast of Taiwan. We're going to cry. We're probably going to go a little. We're probably going to go a little lower than that. We're probably going to go only about a 60 knot, a 70 mile an hour landfall. Location will be the same though as what the officials went.
I'm sorry, Jonesy. Oscar, what is your hair?
I had it in a bubble, and it stuck up and won't go back down, and I can't find my clothes.
Absolute nightmare.
Ethan, did you do a naughty and take away my live team role? That wasn't very kind of you.
because I needed to make sure who was going to join or not. We're also joined by Christopher from the Philippines, which is one of our earthquake guys. Whatever.
Nathan
pictures the moon.
Charlie, what
Nathan
are you
drove
doing?
near my house earlier.
What are you doing, Charlie?
Why is this passing?
Dying.
You just died.
I'm dying. Shut up. They're just annoying.
Huh?
Nathan, when's your flight to Singapore?
I can't even remember that, to be honest. It's a long one, I know that.
They're all long ones. I've been on
I'm bringing that up.
It's an overnight one. I know it arrives in the morning. What is that?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. It looks really weird.
You know what? Actually, I can show this off. Something I got from YouTube.
You look about 12 when you're wearing that.
Oh my god, Christian, that reflection on that thing at the top is horrible.
What is that?
Yeah, it's a YouTube logo.
Oh, it's one of those things.
Anyway, we've got a few more questions here. Have we seen a blood moon before? I saw one when I landed in Atlanta. I have seen a blood moon before, actually. And with me being a big Terraria fan, you already know that I was celebrating that whenever that was going on, because Terraria actually has blood moons in game.
So does that Legend of Zelda.
I've seen a blood moon.
I distinctly remember a blood moon because I was at like a scout thing in Australia, and the moon turned red. Everyone was freaked out because we didn't know what the heck was happening.
What's the actual definition?
A red moon.
It's just a red moon.
It's a red moon.
Yeah.
Venus. Red
So I'm
moon
pretty
with a
sure-
lunar eclipse.
I'm pretty sure Stardew also has that.
Another
I
question.
saw
Do
a
we agree?
fantastic red
we
moon.
agree
Sorry,
that,
I saw a
You're fine.
fantastic red moon on the flight back from Cape Verde 6 years ago.
Another question here. Do we agree that Invest 93E will become a fish hurricane? I do.
I don't even.
And
what's it at right now?
models do want it to be a hurricane, so I mean, it is very much likely, very much possible that occurs.
I also would not even rule out a major hurricane out of it either.
We need it to continue our storm force streak.
Speak of the
Depends
devil.
on how
Here is
favorable
93E
the
as
shear.
it stands right now.
What is the shear and sea surface temperatures looking like for 93E?
Shear is looking okay. It's going to be down at points, and it's going to be kind of mid at points. But sea surface temperatures won't be an issue for the storm for the next foreseeable future. Interestingly, though, I was looking at the ship's data earlier for a chance of rapid identification, and it is already giving this a 50% chance that this will be a mid-Category 2 hurricane in just 3 days from now. So I find that to be particularly interesting.
That is very interesting.
Oh my goodness, guys, look at this. Christian won't like that, but look at it.
What is that?
What is it?
What?
The huge spider web.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your
No
shed.
thanks.
Yeah,
Oh,
no thanks.
Spider web.
No way.
Yeah. I recently had a massive spider on my window just to the left of me recently, and it took me forever to get the webs off of it, and I remember I was just leading up to the week of doing it. I kept checking, and every time I went to check to see if I can remove it, there was a dang spider there, and I was waiting for the moment that he wasn't going to be there. Whenever he wasn't there, I took my chance.
It's properly spider season at this point. There's loads in our garden.
Yeah, there's plenty of spiders, and I'm not a big fan of them.
Look at Oscar.
I'm terrified.
Nathan, am I beautiful?
I'm terrified more of bees than I am of spiders.
Oh,
I don't like bees or wasps.
Oh yeah, same.
We want to. Did someone just say the?
Because spiders to me are just free kills.
I don't like wasps. I don't like bees.
For me, bees. I like
bees.
I like watching bees, but I don't like it when they're close to.
Bees are annoying. I got stung by 4 bees last month.
Bees are our friends.
Do you want to see the
They
wasps?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. There is a wasp's nest.
Well, if you leave the bees alone, they will not bother you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're saying. Same with wasps. Speaking of wasps.
For me personally, it really depends on the size of the spider if I kill it or not. Because if it's like a big spider, yeah, pass. But if it's like a little spider, I go immediately into devil mode and I just hunt that sucker out.
Because if you're leaving bees alone, you're saving their lives. Because they die when they sting you.
No, I leave bees alone. They come after me, dude.
Yeah, the thing is, you should leave.
I remember early last month, I was just minding my own business, mowing my lawn out back, and all of a sudden I turn a corner, and there's just, and I don't even see these dudes, and I get stung 4 times, and it hurts. And like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here minding my own business. Leave me alone.
It's the noise they don't like.
I guess they don't like you.
No, they don't like loud noises.
Bugs outside never really like me at all.
I've gone over plenty of bees with the lawnmower before, and yeah, I'm gonna keep that at 45 knots.
Yeah,
and
right.
I don't get stung.
What more other questions have we got, Ethan? I'm sure there's gonna be some.
We've just got one
Well-
from Lucas, Lucas Marble to be specific, and he said ground bees, and yes, they were ground bees. Those, I hated those things. Any sort of bee or wasp, I hate. But that's all we have so far.
I had an Asian hornet land on me the other day.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, speaking of something, this morning I'm trying to go to sleep and I notice something flying around my room and I can hear its wings. So I turn on the light and there's like this giant bug in my room, and I wasn't sure what it was. I was able to kill it with my sneaker in my closet, and then I went to go, get rid of it. It wasn't a moth. It looked like a mosquito. Well, after I killed it and I'm wiping it off of my sneaker, it looks like it had a stinger on it. So I'm like, either that was like a giant, like a hornet that looks like a mosquito, like a giant mosquito, because that thing was like,
what is that?
I don't know, maybe the size of a baseball or grapefruit, that mosquito, or that was just some kind of giant mosquito that I'm glad that I killed, because I was low-key terrified of that earlier.
If you didn't know, Ariana Grande lives in my house.
That backyard is tiny, Nate.
Oh my god.
It's an English backyard, mate.
What do you mean English backyard?
Mine was huge. My old house's backyard
Quite
was
large
huge.
as far as English backyards
I've had
go.
backyards larger than that.
Lucas Marble is asking me specifically to take out my anger of bees out on Queen Bee in Terraria. I need to actually kill Queen Bee in my playthrough next. The next boss I need to kill.
Terraria was the Eye of Cthulhu.
There's another plane flying low. You might hear it. There it is.
I can hear that actually. Do you know if he's approaching into Heathrow or if he's going out?
I have no idea. That's probably northeast.
Whoops.
Northeast of Heathrow.
No, moving northeast. We're in Tooting.
Tooting?
Southwest London.
Tooting?
Well, is it going into London City or something?
Yeah, it looks like.
I mean, I can find out for you.
Yeah, how on earth do you spell the area you're in? Is it Tuting?
Yes.
T-O-O-T-I-N-G,
like farting.
Like farting, yeah, exactly. Where's Tooting?
Yeah.
It is
Oh, you're southeast
I
of
found-
Heathrow.
Hounslow, Weybridge, Ashford. Where the heck is Tooting?
Now the final.
What's the closest underground stop to you,
Croydon, Wandsworth.
Nathan?
Oh, you're in
I don't
Wan-
know.
are you? You're in. I thought you were in Wandsworth.
That's the moon.
I found Richmond.
Say hi.
I've actually
Richmond.
I actually just found the plane that just went over you. That's El Al heading to Israel.
Heathrow.
Oh, so that's flying out. It looks
Is that
like.
coming from? Is that coming from the U.S.?
No, he's coming. He
No.
just took off from London.
Israel.
Tracked number 5 worldwide. Fifth most tracked.
Number 5. Why?
Yeah, fifth most
Why?
tracked flight worldwide. I don't know.
I can't find. I
And
can't
that's
find
flying
it.
out.
Yes,
was-
that is flying out.
Let me
Didn't
look.
look like he was gaining much, but I guess he must have been.
Wait, is
Seven,
Israel, so...
6 knots.
Yeah, London
We've
to
got
Tel
a few more
Aviv.
questions here. Where did Typhoon Saola make landfall? I believe it was just southwest of Hong Kong.
So it was southwest of Hong Kong and just west of Macau. The official place that it was called, the CMA was saying it was on the southern tip of Zhuhai City. When I zoomed in on the Google Maps, that looked like that came in about Gaolendao Island there in the Zhuhai City in the Guangdong province. So that is where Saola made its landfall. You could say that it made a secondary landfall more to the west as well, around let me get the Google Maps up, and I know I'm probably going to butcher the name, so I do apologize for those that are in China. I know we were talking about it, but we didn't call it. You could say that it made a secondary landfall in Yangjiang there in
by the way,
a different province.
You know when Idalia was first forecast to turn post-tropical and regenerate? Everyone thought that looked a little bit weird, and lo and behold, it didn't regenerate. Anyone's thoughts on that?
I'm not surprised.
Neither
Does
am
not
I.
surprise me.
Oh, I'm not
It's
surprised.
the Atlantic. What do you expect? It's horrible.
Why
it's
all
the
the
Atlantic,
storms
so
in
it's
the
Okay, you
with
EPAC
everything
weenie.
being Cat 5.
I mean,
No,
East Pac is about to get
listen.
their next major hurricane out of 93E, and here's the Atlantic, and all it can just do is pop up whatever Jose, Gert, and Katya are right now.
Listen, the Atlantic might have not one but two hurricanes coming. It's not marked as an AOI right now.
Debatable.
It should be, in my opinion. But what we have marked as B9 on T-Coast. Over the last 24 hours or so, model support has been getting better and better on it, and I believe the GFS wants that to become a hurricane. And eventually, down the line, once you get into the medium going towards Scilly range, it could affect the Azores and possibly, I don't think it'll be tropical at that point, but possibly even
Okay, yeah.
Iberia.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't know about that. I know that
But
a lot of
it's
people
more down the line.
are watching 95L pretty closely.
Mhm.
Just looking at the
Yes,
18Z GFS, it does develop the system, but it has downtrended it a lot in
That's
terms of land impacts in the Lesser Antilles. Only a moderate to maybe strong tropical storm just barely passing north, like a kind
So,
of a track like Jose.
Interesting. You should probably still make it on it.
The GFS over the last day or so has been downtrending on 95L, while the Euro has been uptrending. The GFS for 6Z and 12Z were returning a bit of the uptrend, but I'm not sure what the 18Z is showing. I think the 18Z is coming out as we speak. What were you saying that the 18Z was showing, Ethan?
Oh, weak to moderate tropical storm passing by the Lesser Antilles.
Does it still take it to the north of Hispaniola and Puerto Rico and make it and deepens it into a hurricane in the Turks and Caicos? So the uptrend
it deepens it into a hurricane north of Hispaniola, but the modern is still running. So
okay. So the uptrend has returned on the GFS, but it's changed the location. So instead of a possible hurricane approaching the Lesser Antilles, that's now Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos. We have to watch for a possible hurricane down the line, which is what the Euro is also showing. I think the Euro wants it to be a major as it gets towards the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos. And then where it goes from there, after that, we're not sure. Because the models want it to go into different locations.
We'll keep watching that.
Ollie's been looking dead serious in the last few minutes.
Nathan?
What's he doing?
Yeah. Sorry.
What are you doing, Charlie?
Oh, Charlie, what are you doing?
You're playing Terraria. You're underground. It almost just died to a boulder.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah.
I've just come across a message in the archived chit chat in the public server about trying durians when you go to Asia. Are you still going to do that?
Trying durians?
Yeah. Let me just tell you, they stink.
Yeah, we'll see.
They stink so much that they are banned on the Singapore metro. Just careful.
I know.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
Alright,
I'm
just gonna read another question.
Come across them, then I'll obviously make something out of it because the name Dorian.
Go ahead, 2R.
What? Dorian?
It's from Lucas, Marble to be exact. What about what's left of Franklin? Models are suggesting it doing something just west of Portugal.
Anything regarding X Franklin, personally, I would leave to be a very low confidence situation right now, and I would just.
We don't think it's gonna reform in the end. It might bring some rain to Iberia, which is why it's still continuing to be tracked on T-Coast, but regardless of the fact, we don't think it's going to regenerate. We don't think it's going to do much. The rainfall totals for Iberia are not supposed to be that high. I think I was only, when I was doing it T-Coast this morning, before Nathan did his fix, I think I only saw up to 50 millimeters for parts of Iberia and the Azores. So it's not going to do much. You might get some winds, but probably going to be below gale force. But I don't think it's going to regenerate into anything off of Iberia. You'll probably just get some gusty showers, and that's pretty much it.
Now, Christian, if I do see anything related to typhoon names when I'm over there, then obviously I'm going to do pictures and videos about it. And if there are anything like miscellaneous funny stuff that I capture, I might just send it over to some of you and put it on Force 13 Extra.
Well, I've just DM'd you an image that my brother took whilst in Singapore.
All right.
Well, we've got
that till later, but take a look at what Oscar's doing.
Just want to point out, Nathan, your camera's frozen. Oh, it's fine now. Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
But the next name in the Western Pacific is Yun Young. I have no idea how you pronounce that. But it's the replacement name for Kai Tak, and that storm was retired in 2017 after bringing a lot of impacts in the Philippines. So that's the next name, and you got Koinu, Balawan, Sanba, and Jelawat after that. And of course, we're in September, so
what is Oscar doing?
So bound to be that one of these names is going to be a big typhoon, probably.
Probably.
Oscar, what are you doing?
Sharpening my knife.
Okay.
Ready for his knife throwing competition.
Oh my goodness, Oscar. Goodness me.
He's going to work in the circus.
Someone's asking what you're playing, Charlie.
A game.
That is Terraria.
Yeah,
a game.
Are you doing some sort of like challenge or anything?
My toast.
I just want to see how far I can get before the stream ends.
Why do you have 340 bombs? How do you have that already?
Bombs.
I preloaded them. I didn't.
You cheated. Cheater.
No.
Cheater.
Cheater.
I said it at the start.
Cheater, pump leader.
Stated that I got all the bombs.
We will now deport Charlie to the United States of America, where he will be slapped by me for cheating in Terraria, considering that I am a Terraria tryhard. Come on over, Charlie.
What? No.
Yep, and that's putting it lightly.
Some blackcurrant jam for my toast.
I just...
Wow.
They just got there somehow. Right.
Yummy.
Christian, how's your week been?
How's my week been? Well, I mean, all I've really been doing is working. I mean, it's my brother's birthday today, mine next week. So
Congratulations.
it's really, yeah, thank you. So yeah, my week's been relatively normal, but today's not been normal. Next week also won't be normal. If there's another Sunday stream next week, oh, it's gonna be a different one.
Is there?
I don't know. Is there?
Well,
we'll find.
Well,
find
let's
out.
have a look. Really, the only thing that I see us preventing from us doing a stream next Sunday would be 95L, and 95L at that point looks to be just north of Puerto Rico, or maybe just north. So if the TCOS code is lower by then, we'll run 413 Sundays next week. But of course, the only
if we do, I'll be joining you from Cebu by then.
Cebu.
I mean, the only reason we were able to run it today was because TCOS went from 100 points earlier, I think at like 15Z, and 2 hours later it was down to a low-end code orange.
Yeah, so when Nathan did it, it was at 108. Obviously, it at its peak, closer to 6D. Haikui was right around the landfall. It was up into the 120s, pushing 130s. So now it's below. Now it's obviously an orange, and it might be even lower than that.
Yeah, we'll have to run an update shortly.
We're going to run an update shortly. I'm just finishing the fixes for 12Z and 18Z in the cat team, and then I'm going to be doing that landfall fix.
And then someone's got to do the zero fix.
That's probably going to be Ami.
Well, you know something, since I'm not hosting the stream tonight, it feels like this has gone so much faster than usual. Already more than halfway. But of course tonight we have an after party as well in our Discord server, don't we?
Yes.
Yep.
As per usual, it's going to be chaotic. When is it not? Because it's our public server. Public server is it's a fun place though. It's a real enjoyable and fun place.
Nathan, do you like Marmite?
Never tried it actually.
Wait,
it's disgusting.
No, you did not.
Wait,
say that.
Nathan.
Oh.
What
Why'd you
hell
have
are you?
it?
Because my mum likes it.
We've got a question for you here, Nathan.
All right.
Will Space 13 return, and who will take charge? And what happened with Space 13? So I can answer that last part. So what happened was, I believe, some sort of breach happened, and the channel got taken down. And I believe YouTube are investigating the issue right now, Nathan?
Yeah, basically, there was things that shouldn't have happened, and we hope to bring back the Space 13 channel at some point, or some iteration of it, and we'll see what happens. We'll take it one step at a time on that.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to add.
Yeah, the US channel also fell.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to say.
Hopefully it will return very.
Here's another question. Maybe you should start having more official color for the codes in between the main colors.
For TCOS, I assume.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I think the TCOS color codes right now, personally, are pretty simplified.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And what would it be? Yellow, gold, orange? Dark orange, red?
Not sure.
Red, pink, purple, black.
No, there's no reason for anything beyond red, the same as there's no reason for anything beyond category 5.
Yeah.
Do you want some?
No, not Marmite.
It's not Marmite. It's
what is it?
blackcurrant jam.
Oh, yes, please. Why? Also, why you? It's like 20 to midnight. Why are you making us?
I was hungry.
Oh.
But I know. Just a few minutes ago, Nathan, you asked Christian how his week has been, and I just to say my perspective on this, because this past full week has actually been the very first full normal week that I've been able to have in like a month, because in early July I ended up getting COVID-19 for like a week. Then the week after, I had to deal with my bee stings. And then the next week after, I had a kidney stone attack, and I had to deal with that for like almost a month. And that ended, not this past week, but last Friday, I got my things removed that I needed to get removed. And this whole week that we've just witnessed, or just been in, was the first normal week I've been able to have in like a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like you're getting better, which is good.
Oh, Ethan.
Yes.
How's Mitchell and Leo?
I was just about to pull up some photos on him, and I'll bring my alternate account in here. That way I can That way I can share these photos here, because it's actually nice, because recently I went ahead and upgraded my iPhone XR, iPhone 10R, whatever you want to call it, from an iPhone 10R, as I just said, to an iPhone 14 Pro. So you can see here, this was a photo I took on Friday. I'll enlarge the screen here. That's Leo. On my old phone, it's still here actually. You'd see that if I were to show it to the camera, you can't see it. I'm trying to get in view. But you can see how cracked the camera is, and that was causing a lot of light to get into the camera and messing things up, and all you can see at the result. And ever since here, you can see there he is.
Move!
Oh, there he is doing that.
Move! That's all I heard.
I can't get.
Speaking of like upgrading phones, I hope to upgrade mine this month, because the battery in this thing, because as you know, batteries age over time, and I've had this phone for nearly 4 years now, I think. Yeah, the battery just recently hit below 80% health, so now the phone is telling me to replace the battery, and in order to do that, you have to take it to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer want 90 quid to just replace the freaking battery.
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
That's an
But
Apple thing.
here is the last
well,
photo.
Yeah.
Here's the last photo that I was able to take with
Tim.
my old phone, and here is the new phone camera. You can see how much better
damn,
that is.
That's night and day difference, actually. Yeah.
Yes,
that's
it is.
good.
It's crazy. Oh, look there he
Oh,
is.
you can even you can even see the island on the
Mitchell.
Here.
Mitchell.
I mean, obviously
Hello,
the
guy.
quality is a lot better than this. Pro, so it is streaming in 720p, versus when my phone would in reality be showing the I was honestly videoing in 1080p.
Yeah.
Now, who remembers?
Yeah.
Not many people remember this classic moment when one of Tim's cats started a Force 13 US live stream.
Oh,
I
no.
remember that. So this is this is an image of Leo this morning, actually, at 1:48 this morning.
Gosh.
Well, what 1 a.m.
Yeah, being an idiot.
Leo,
And there he is.
Leo
And then-
often types complete sentences on your computer, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. There he is doing his thing.
Yeah. I just want to mention again, like with upgrading my phone again, there is the new iPhone models are coming out as well this month, so that's another reason to upgrade. And I might as well grab one of the new models. when
And
they're released.
here's a video of Leo.
Now what? Are you even HDR? Now what? Oh, is this the
people are
hairband?
reporting that there is
This is the
lag on-
hairband that he had.
Alrighty, and I have been working on it most of this hour, but
Look at
I've
his
officially
eyes.
finished. I've
at his-
officially finished the 12Z and 18Z fixes, as well as just finished the landfall fix. As I said, based off of data from the Taiwanese Weather Bulletin, the Central Weather Bureau, which is in Taiwan, the Chinese Meteorological Agency or Association, one of those means the A, and of course from Pagasa, landfalling being in Kaohsiung City in the Kaohsiung Special Municipality in Taiwan, moving west-northwest at 6 miles an hour. That is 10 kilometers per hour. Obviously, they went with a Category 1 landfall. We're obviously going a bit lower because ASCOT data only supports 60 knots.
Still can't
So I
picture how this-
went 60 knots, 976 the pressure for the secondary landfall. Obviously, I put 18Z at 65 knots because I had it weaken the 5 knots at the landfall, just like for Sayola. Sayola, I
Millie's
had
here, everyone.
Sayola before it's land. Actually, no. I
Oh,
had it.
Millie!
Thanks, Millie.
Oh, there's Millie.
Millie.
And we are live on the air with Millie.
Having some
And
more.
she's gone away somewhere. Where are you running off to? Well, that was Millie, if you saw her briefly there.
I saw her.
Does anyone want some toast?
No.
Yes, please.
Ooh, toast. I heard toast.
Look
What
at
kind
this
of
image,
toast?
Christian. It's Leo with his hairband.
Yeah, I saw that one.
He's an absolute psychopath. Look at him go.
Ooh.
He's a psychopath. And there he is next to my bottle of water, which is still in that very place, actually.
So, again, if we want to talk about phones, this is my old phone, the one that I used. Is this gonna work? It's gonna turn on. Good. Okay. So
Yeah, that's Leo.
I know which phone this is.
No clue where Mitchell is. He's not here currently.
Yeah.
But Mitchell is doing just fine. He is he's loving this heat, I will say, because what we do whenever we have this kind of heat is we like to open up the blinds on our windows. Obviously, we keep the windows closed so not like bugs in it and stuff. But the sun goes on in and really warms up the floor, and all of our pets like to lay right where the sun hits the floor because it warms them up.
Yeah, well, it would do that. I mean, I just want to say, like, this is. I found my old phone.
Jesus,
because-
that backing is cracked as hell. Christian.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like, it was. I mean, if I cover it up, it looks fine. But yeah, this phone's perfectly fine. I mean, it's as of now, it's like getting not supported by iOS as of this month. But yeah, I mean, yes, here's the new one. Like just say the cameras are like again night and day difference.
Yeah.
There we go.
Do you like my
I am really shocked that this old phone lasted as long as it did, because
Yeah, same
I
with
got
mine.
it I got it back in 2017 or 2018, that area, and not once did the screen crack, not once did the backing crack, not once did I have to take it in to get it fixed at all. It was flawless up until really this year when it started having issues. The battery life on it is down now at 50%. So the battery is ridiculously bad now. Just because it's been with me for so long, that I use it pretty often. So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, this phone, like I said, has lasted me
And
4 years.
the camera's cracked. Some of the apps are slow.
Whoops.
Not to mention iOS isn't gonna support this phone pretty soon. And
Yeah,
when my phone
iOS
gets on low battery, it just dies outright. Like whenever my phone gets down to like 5%, my phone dies at 5%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you sounds like you need it. I mean, it's the same story with this one. Like I've had this one since Christmas 2019. The front is completely flawless despite me dropping it several times. So is the back. Can't say the same for this one. This one I've had since 2017. It lasted me about 2 years before I dropped it and the back completely smashed. But yeah, and then it was just time to upgrade. I haven't actually checked the battery on the old one yet.
yeah, I will say the difference between this phone and my new one, night and day. The new one is so much better. It's faster. It's got a higher refresh rate. It's got higher frame rate. The phone is it's about the same size.
Yeah.
Still don't know what the whole gig is behind the cameras on the back. Still getting used to that.
The thing is though, like with your phone, like how compare it to the logo in the middle. How big are the cameras?
I mean,
on yours?
I'm
I'll try
probably
to get it in
guessing.
frame, but you can see they're quite bigger.
Yeah, like they're a lot bigger than my ones because my one only go up to like there, and there's like a lot of space between the manufacturer logo and the thing. There's like barely anything. Plus, also you've gone for black. I've gone for gold.
I love ice.
Yeah, and plus for some reason, because normally whenever I go down late at night, I turn on the flashlight. The flashlight on this phone is blinding. Oh my gosh, it is bright as heck. And I was not expecting it the first night that I had this phone. I went downstairs and I turned it on, and I was blinded immediately. And I just yelled, "Oh God!" And I almost woke up my parents because it was so bright.
Yeah, I mean,
well, this is what you get from getting the pro models.
Yeah, mine's a pro model. I'm not actually. If I just turn.
And I'm gonna start answering a couple questions now.
Whoa. Like, look. I mean, can you see the difference between those two, right?
Christian,
what?
Stop being such a geek.
Oh
my god.
Oh my god.
Do that again. Someone get your screenshots, folks.
Oh Jesus! Oh
no! I missed.
He blinded his eyes
it.
now. I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
There we go. Got it.
There it is.
All right,
Oscar. Oscar's killed someone, guys.
Oh god, that's it. It's in my eyes now. Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a fool, Christian.
Chris is showing us some weather in the Philippines.
Yes.
Right, time to put this old
Looks very rainy.
Hmm.
We need the rain here. We have not had the rain in I don't know. It hasn't rained in like 3-4 weeks or something. It is incredibly dry and hot here. And
same here in Chicago.
Ever since it's rained, we've gone through. This is the second heat wave we've gone through since it rained.
Yes.
I mean, it is
ever since July.
It is just absolutely miserable weather here. If anyone wants our weather, come and take it, please.
No
Yeah,
thanks.
and it's gonna get humid
Also-
again.
Ethan.
What? Sorry.
We had some
So
lovely
I don't know.
sunsets here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh.
Hmm?
Ow. 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 Ow.
What now?
You alright there?
Sorry, I'm just a bit shocked.
Only 180 health you killed the Eye of Cthulhu with? That's shocked.
Look.
Anyway, we'll be having our after party starting at top of the hour in our Discord server. You can join our Discord server at discord.gg/force13 as per usual. Or the link is down in the description for the event tonight.
I unfortunately won't be there, I'm afraid.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Nathan.
Well, I'm gonna answer one question. Force 13, do you think that tornadoes should be named? I feel it can be confusing if there are two tornadoes around the same town.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
I know.
But
Nope.
they will be one day, trust me, they will. Some fools will start naming them all and it will become accepted and it'll just be...
Well, the Weather Channel's already been naming winter storms, and heat waves are starting to get named as well.
Oh.
Why are they naming heat waves?
I think that's something Spain is doing.
But no, I would only name, personally, my opinion on this is only name hurricanes, because with those you have multiple days in advance. With
Same thing with windstorms over
what the heck
here.
is that sound?
Did you like my gun?
Oh, there's a plane flying above.
Oh, and
I can
European
hear it.
windstorms.
It's the human obsession to classify things and give them a personal touch.
Heck, we do this with planets as well.
Well, I think the only argument when it comes to the winter storms is because they're kind of similar to what Europe deals with the windstorms. They're both extratropical systems that will affect, and just low pressure systems that will bring wind. Some bring rain, some bring snow. So I think that's the only argument you can even do for naming winter storms. But I do agree that it should only just be the windstorms and the tropical cyclones that do get named. Maybe winter storms, but it can get too confusing.
Well, Ethan, I'm going to allow you to do tonight's outro in a few minutes. I'm actually going to drop out of the stream now, so I wish
Goodbye,
everyone
Nathan.
well over the next few days, and I'll be
Goodbye,
checking back in frequently, and hopefully we'll get a few videos out as well, and you might see me on some live events from wherever I'm traveling. But for the time being, I'm heading out of here, and Force 13 HQ is shut.
Bye.
Yay! Have a safe flight.
Good night.
I don't know if I'll see you in London tomorrow.
No, don't think so.
No.
Good
I'm
night.
gonna answer another.
Have a good night. Have a good
Good
trip,
night.
Nathan.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna answer another question here. Do you guys hold on? Oh, they just scrolled away. Do you guys think we will get to the auxiliary name list this year?
No.
We don't.
No.
We don't know.
No.
No, I would.
The auxiliary list?
Absolutely
I'd
not.
say. Are you talking about the auxiliary list?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not happening. Don't even give them hope. It's not going to happen. It never happens in El Niños. It never has. It never will.
Well,
It's only ever happened twice.
Well, it is possible in El
And that
Niño
was
years. It's just more
before,
likely
that was
to happen.
before the auxiliary list existed.
More likely to happen in La Niñas.
Well,
I think we
hang on
could
a
see
second,
about
Jonesy,
20 though.
because you're oftentimes forgetting that the Eastern Pacific also has the auxiliary naming list.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So
and it honestly it could have gotten to the auxiliary list this year had it not have been a quality over quantity season like we've been seeing this year. Like, so far, ever since Calvin came along and went, and really Dora, we've been having a major hurricane, then a tropical storm, then a major hurricane, then a tropical storm, then a major hurricane, then a tropical storm. And obviously we've been having that trend this year. So it will be interesting to see whether Kenneth keeps its Cat 4 streak going, or whether
It-
93E is a major hurricane and can it end up being a tropical storm this year. We'll have to wait and see.
We didn't even have the J name yet, and you're already pre-naming the K name.
I mean, we're I mean, it's inevitable. We're about to have Hova in the Eastern Pacific.
And I
let's be
obviously
honest.
think that we could still have
Oh.
a 20 season
Done it again, Ethan.
list in the Atlantic, 20 season.
I mean, it is possible for the Atlantic, but for 20 plus storms, I don't think it's gonna be auxiliary. I think the question was mainly for the Atlantic, though. For auxiliary, no, there's no chance that it's gonna get to the auxiliary. You could probably get to 20, but I don't think you're gonna get to. I don't think you're getting to auxiliary. East Pac, I know East Pac usually likes to churn out storms left and right during El Nino, so I guess it could get there in the East Pac. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm going.
Okay,
No.
bye, Oscar. You're fighting the Brand
Bye.
Cthulhu,
But
Charlie.
the Atlantic right now is actually still ahead of the. He's actually ahead of the East Pac right now in terms of danger
This
storms.
should
but
be.
it
I
seems
mean,
like the
I
Atlantic
mean,
has
it's
more of
not
a
master mode, so you know,
quantity.
so it might be easy.
The Atlantic seems to be more of a quantity over quality kind of season right now.
Oh, he's at half health.
So am I.
Another question. Can any hurricanes formed in the Black Sea?
Is it? Black Sea is.
Probably not. Too cold, right? It's too small as well.
A goblin army.
Maybe not necessarily. Where is the Black Sea? Oh, that's north of Turkey.
When is it?
No, it wouldn't be a hurricane. If anything did form, it would be a metacane. And I know a couple years ago, I think it was last year, we were actually watching, and I think it was Mark and Ticos, we were actually watching the Black Sea for a possible metacane formation. And it was trying to get a low-level circulation in there. But I don't think it ever ended up forming. So hurricanes can't form in there, but metacanes can.
I'm just watching Charlie die here.
Here's another question here. Mitchell is secretly Hurricane Mitch.
No, he's not.
Oh. That was funny.
Yeah.
I don't think a dog can be a hurricane.
Well,
No.
we're running out, guys. We're running out of time.
We are running out of time.
Unfortunately, we have
It's
reached.
6:59 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have reached the end of the stream here. If you would like to join our after party in our Discord server, you can join two ways. First thing that you can do is either join at the link in the description, or you can join us at discord.gg/413. Public server has a wonderful community backing it, where you can track tropical cyclones and weather events around the world, as well as general chat as well. So I guess we'll go ahead and
And from everyone who cannot join, goodbye.
Have a good night.
have a good night, and we'll be back with further updates on the tropics over the next few days, and we'll have further updates on invests in the Western Pacific, Eastern Pacific, including 93E, and well as the Atlantic. Have a good night, and we'll have further updates on the tropics over the coming days.